President Obama wrapped up the nuclear summit in The Hague today with more discussions on nuclear issues and world security. Afterwards, the president talked about another security issue, Ukraine and the buildup of Russian troops on the border.
With respect to the Russian troops that are along the border of Ukraine at the moment, right now they are on Russian soil. And if they stay on Russian soil, we oppose what appears to be an effort at intimidation, but Russia has a right legally to have its troops on its own soil. I don't think it's a done deal, and I think that Russia's still making a series of calculations.
Let's go to our senior White House correspondent, Jim Acosta. He's joining us live from the Netherlands right now. Jim, so the president spoke about additional steps on Russia if the Russians presumably take additional steps of their own. We're talking about more sanctions, right?
That's right, Wolf. The president was quite clear during this news conference that the sanctions would ramp up pretty quickly, hitting the Russia energy sector, their banking and finance sector, if they were to move into other parts of Ukraine. He also issued a pretty clear warning, Wolf, in terms of NATO countries. If Russia were to try to move against any NATO ally that is in Russia's neighborhood, he said there would be military options. They would come to the defense of those NATO allies. But when it came to Crimea, you heard the president there saying, basically, because of the facts on the ground that peninsula is under Russian control, there's not a whole lot that the U.S. and the rest of the world can do right now. But you heard him also say that he thinks Putin is making some calculations. There was another very interesting moment during this news conference, Wolf, when President Obama was asked about Mitt Romney's claim to you back during the 2012 campaign that Russia is the U.S. top geopolitical foe. The president took exception to that, said he still doesn't feel that Mitt Romney is right, and said that he's much more concerned about a nuclear bomb going off in Manhattan than the Russians, who he called a regional power that is threatening its neighbors. A bit of a jab there at Putin, Wolf.